go. We bout that business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. It get real up in that field, but got built about that business. That business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. This all hustle, this ain't luck. Lady Buck about that business. We bout that business, that business. We trending on retreat. We bout that business, that business. All we know is win, ain't no defeat. We bout that business, that business. Competition can't compete. We bout that business, that number one. I feel it in my cleats. Hey, we got facts, we got stats. Not to mention trending topics. You the champ? No, that's cap. Drilling, killing all the guys. Please don't try that, boy. You know we hotter, boy. Making all kind of noise. We on fire. What you know about them Ohio boys? We bout that business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. It get real up in that field, but got built about that business. That business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. This all hustle, this ain't luck. Lady Buck about that business. We bout that business, that business. We trending on retreat. We bout that business, that business. All we know is win, ain't no defeat. We bout that business, that business. Competition can't compete. We bout that business, that number one. I feel it in my cleats.
Hey, everybody. Let me take over real quick while Buckeye Bill get his audio together, because you know your girl got you. You know your girl got you. Buckeye Bill, you still on mute, boo? You still on mute? I'm going to remove you until you get that together. Okay. Hey, listen. We got a lot to talk about tonight. There has been some college football news that has shaken the world, and especially shaken my world, but not so much. I'm not going to panic as of yet, but there's a lot to talk about. Of course, this is championship week. We have a lot to talk about there. Just so much. I'm going to share my screen with you for a minute. Hold on. Now, okay, we got championship week. Buckeye Bill, you still on mute. You still on mute.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. There we go.
Oh, that is horrible. That's horrible, guys.
Go ahead. Do your intro. I took over for you for a minute, but go ahead. You go ahead and do your intro before I get started with the news.
Listen. Hey, family. That's a me problem, not a you problem. What I'd like to say is thank you. Thank you very much for subscribing, following us. We're getting close to 500 and trying to get to 1,000 followers and subscribers. I love it. You guys are very supportive. I love what you bring to the table. Thank you very much, Lady Buck. I'm just talking into nothing. This
I
was
know.
so. Listen, I love live TV or radio or anything like that because it gives a human element of what people do and what people can't do. So thank you very much. But go ahead, show me what you got today. What's going on?
Ooh, I got a lot. I got a lot. Look, I want to welcome you all to call in tonight. I really can't wait till you all start calling in and engaging with us. I know we got some people that call in on a regular, but I want, a lot of you to call in. That's what makes us different is that we don't discriminate as long as you don't use profanity and you're respectful. We open that door for everybody to call in and give their opinion, whether it's an opposing opinion or not. So just remember, utilize that link, click it and we'll let you in. So would love to hear some of your thoughts about some of the things that are happening in the sports world. So first we've got our championship week. That's the first thing. And later on, we're going to talk about a lot that's going on, the matchups. We'll talk about the first couple of matchups because the last two matchups, they're going to require a little more time. But we want to give everybody their due, their respect. So as always, we are getting so close. And I'm going to just reiterate what Buckeye Bill said. Help us reach that 500 followers. We're still trying to get there. Come on, guys. Help us. Like, share.
Your there, guys. We're almost there. We just need your support.
Your comments mean a lot. Your likes, your shares, your views. I mean, I see a lot of you viewing things. I don't see a lot of likes. So if you just hit that like button and that subscribe button over in YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, that really helps us because we're not stopping. We're not stopping. We're patient and we're just waiting for everybody to really come and join the fun because there's so much.
Share it with your friends, family, co-workers. Share it. Share it to all of them. They'll see it and we'll know it.
Absolutely. So again, we're almost there. We're still excited with the followers that we do have, but we're almost there. So we want to reach this milestone. We want to get up to 500. So thank you for your support in advance. And if you're already supporting, and those of you know who I'm talking about, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate the love. We really appreciate the love over here. Can't say enough. Can't say thank you enough. So I'm going to say this. Listen, I told you it was going to be 365 days of this. I'm still reeling from that victory, that 27-9. You're going to hear it. And I'm so sorry if you're going to get sick of hearing it because you will.
I'm going
to say it every single time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You know what it is.
I'm too excited to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Everybody who wants to chime in and they want to talk about it right now, just be free to talk to Lady Buck right now.
Yeah, you can. You can because hey, I'm going to talk about it. I mean, it was a great victory, hard-fought game because we came, we conquered, and we dominated. Okay? We had a job to do and we did it. And we're going to talk about it every day. And when we go in there and we beat Indiana for that title, we're going to talk about that too. And then we're going for our natty. But I'll save that. Let's get down to that business. Okay? We got a lot happening in the sports world, college football sports world. Breaking news. Brian Hartline, our offensive coordinator, okay, former Buckeye, one of the best receivers for Ohio State, has turned into a wonderful OC for us, has decided to take a head coaching job for USF, South Florida. I heard some mixed reactions today. I was one who had a mixed reaction. And before Buckeye Bill goes on his rant, because he had some really good viewpoints about this whole move, I'm concerned if we're going to losing before we get to the championships? Are we going to losing then prior to then? Will he have to start fulfilling his duties at USF, or has something else been negotiated to see us through these championships? That was one concern. Another concern is Brian Hartline is a hell of a recruiter. He has recruited, but Buckeye Bill is going to share that recruiting information with you, that we don't have to worry about that. He's a great recruiter. We hate the losing period. Until Buckeye Bill gave me his strategy, this really saddened me. And it still does to a certain extent, because I know the Buckeyes, I mean, we reload. I mean, it's no problem. We have an OC that's ready, that can come on back, and that's Chip Kelly. So he doesn't have a job right now. He can come on back with us. Didn't work out in the NFL. Come on back. However, there is an element of heart and love that Brian Hartline has for Ohio State. And so we are going to miss that element, because he puts his heart into it. He worked his butt off to get this position. And we've seen him get better and better and better at this position. However, on the other side, he deserves his chance to get that head coaching position. I think he can do it. But I'm going to let Buckeye Bill explain why he thinks this is not such a bad move. Oh, let me welcome Lando in. Hey, Lando.
What's up, baby?
Hey.
What up? What's going down?
My man. I'm getting ready to give you some information that I don't think nobody else knows.
He was getting ready to explain to us why this Brian Hartline move isn't such a bad idea. What was your strategy today, Buckeye Bill?
Hey, listen. Hey, family. Buckeye Nation, calm down. Hartline deserves this opportunity to learn and go to he had an opportunity to go to Penn State, and he declined. He's going down south in Florida, where he can go recruit 3, 4, 5-star players and have a great program down there. His true allegiance is to Ohio State. So when he goes out and continues to recruit, he's going to see 5-star players that he knows that he will not be able to get to Florida, but he can funnel them to Ohio State because of the allegiance he has with Ohio State. Think about this. If he gets successful and he goes down there because he's never had a coaching opportunity, learns how to be a coach, learns how to navigate through boosters and all the people that you have to deal with, administration, and learns how to do that, and comes back to Ohio State when Ryan Day leaves to go to the NFL, we've already honed our next coach. So he has to go down there and learn what it takes to coach, be a CEO of a college football team. He's going to be able to recruit the 3, 4, 5-star players who will follow him, at least as far as receivers. But what you got to understand is this is a great opportunity for not just him, but Ohio State, because Ohio State has given him an opportunity without any drama to say, hey, listen, go and enjoy your dream. Go and do. It's not a Lane Kiffin deal. Lane Kiffin snubbed all sorts of teams. The Raiders, USC, now Ole Miss, and now he's going to LSU. He snubbed them. This is not a snub. this is a growth pattern for a Heartline to be one of the best coaches in college football to come up out of the ranks of Ohio State. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a special thing for all of Buckeye Nation to see this maturation of him becoming the CEO of a college down south, wherever place that you want to go. You don't want to go to Penn State. You want to go down South Florida where the weather's wonderful and you can recruit the best players to play for you. I'm thinking this is the best move for Ohio State and for Heartline, for his future and Ohio State's future. What say you, Lando? Yeah, I feel you, brother. I just need to hear you, bro.
What say me?
Yes, sir.
You want to hear what I gotta say?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
this is what I
Yeah,
got.
yeah. What you think, Lando? Hey, before we get to Lando, let me ask a question real quick. Do you see him getting the experience, the head coaching experience, and eventually winding back up in the next few years back at Ohio State for a head coaching job when Ryan Day moves on to the NFL? Do you see that as a possibility? Lando, what do you think?
I think anything is possible, but I gotta go with what Buckeye Bill said. You gotta understand that not only do we put people all across the league for the whole world's entertainment, we put out great opportunities for coaches to go out and be great and build a pipeline, whether that be coming back through the transfer portal, are people just going out there and getting some experience. And yes, of course, there's always a possibility for somebody to come back to Ohio State and coach again. I think those doors are always open. But to have Buckeye Nation, even at different institutions, I think at the end of the day, that just speaks on how much talent, how much skill, not only when it comes to the players, but on and off the field, but within the coaching staff that's getting influenced throughout the entire nation. So when you wearing these different colors with this on your shoulder, on your shirt, on your hat, on your backdrop, it transverses into a lot of more bigger things when you're looking at the different connections you have, the different respect you have when you have that up under your belt. The Ohio State University, not just Ohio State University, the Ohio State University. So I think it transcends so many positive ways. And at the end of the day, that's another position for somebody to step up and get them that same game, learn them same jewels. Everybody get to. Other people to get a chance to go out there and get some of that experience when that position gets replaced. I mean, you got kids graduating every day. You got people going to the league and retiring. You got other people that want to be coaches. And it's no place like Ohio State, the Ohio State University, to get that experience.
So, Lando, let me ask you one more question before we move to Nitty. Do you see Chip Kelly? Do you see Chip Kelly coming back, possibly reuniting and saying, hey, I don't have a job? He did well with our offense last year. Do you think you see him coming back?
I don't see it. I mean, I never thought about that scenario till you asked me, because at the end of the day, like I said, with Heartline, I mean, is the opportunity always there? Yeah. But you always kind of looking at that new and bright, even when it comes to the coaching. Like, somebody's probably sitting in that line, maybe. But honestly, I really can't judge that one. I really don't have an answer for that.
Okay. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. Then. Do you think in the pantheon of the coaching sphere at Ohio State, there's another Heartline that we don't know about? And that Ryan Day said to Heartline, hey, listen, you've been coaching this guy up and you've put him in a position to take over your position. And you go and spread your wings and spread the Buckeye way across the nation. Because we got somebody sitting here without Chip Kelly, that's right here in our midst that can do the same thing, if not better, than what you're doing right now, because we've coached you and him up to do that job.
True. I can see that. I can see
Most
that.
definitely. Most definitely. So I wouldn't even expand on Chip Kelly is because at the end of the day, just like we got, you know, we got our benches deep, our coach deck is going to be deep. In any position or any part of that program is going to be run solid like that, where you always got somebody next up that's just like Buckeye Bill said, is just going to be just as good or better.
Yeah.
So that's never really a worry when it comes to the
Next man
elite
up.
talent. It all comes from a perspective of wisdom and knowledge of what you teach. And that's one of the biggest things you got to see whenever you talk about one of the elite schools like the Ohio State University, is like they're always going to be prepared for something. And when we lose or when we take an L, or if someone leaves, which hardly ever happens, I mean, that was probably self-brought on. We clipped our own feet, slept on it. But as far as like the opportunities for experience, advancement, and notoriety, it's hands down. We're NFL mill. Same way you send players, they come in to go higher. The coaches go, they set up.
Let me ask you a question then.
Okay.
So, with that being said, because of the fact that we have actually given the nation one of our premier coaches, how does that permeate throughout the nation of understanding? If you want to be great, you need the coaching tree, as they call it. You need to be coming and paying attention, just like they used to go down there saving and get knowledge. They need to come up to Ohio State and get some knowledge, whether it's defense, offense, special teams, or just head coaching ability. That's the hub right now, is in Columbus right now. What do you think about that?
I mean, I totally agree. I mean, it's the same. You got to give the the Sabans and the Bamas and the teams before. You come here, you're going to get that experience you need. That's what's going on. I think that's what's been seen, regardless of what we handled this weekend with Teton and whatnot. That was a blip for a while. You come up here, you're going to be around the right people. You're going to have the right access to get the right knowledge. And one of the biggest things, especially with money back in the picture for so many years now, you're going to have the right network, hands down. Regardless, you're going to have league networks all day. You're going to meet the right people. And yes, it's going to be a staple to come through Columbus, Ohio, go to Ohio State, get those different connections, and then go out into the world. How you think, he got the job in the first place? Just because they made a call, or some type of alliance? I asked y'all that question.
Just ask Chris Carter. Ask any of the greats that came up out of Ohio State. How are they succeeding? They came.
So let me ask. Let me ask Nitty a question. Nitty, does Hartline leave? And all of you can answer this. Let me get Nitty's take first. Does he leave right now, or does he see us through this season?
I say he see y'all through because he's in good standing. The reason why you would not let a coach with them is one or two things. One, the coach is like, "Hey man, I want to go ahead and get my feet wet." Two, the school AD is taking a stance and be like, "Oh man, you went to the rivalry," which is not a rivalry. So therefore, they're giving him a blessing and letting him coach you through.
Okay,
because that makes them look better.
Okay, thank you. You think Buckeye Bill, You think he sees us through? And then Lando, I want your take. You think he
I
goes on
totally agree.
with the Buckeyes?
No, I totally agree with Nitty, because at the end of the day, there's no hard feelings. He's literally done his obligations to Ohio State. He's even if what's his name, Henry Jr. Doesn't sign, he's recruited the next 2 years for Ohio State as far as wide receivers. He's done exactly what he was supposed to do. Matter of fact, I'm pleased with the fact that they are willing to allow him to coach or not coach. They might say, "Hey, listen, you need to go and get your program together. We got this over here. Anything that you need, we got your back." And he'll feel comfortable with leaving. But what I can tell you is he'll feel good if he can stay there and win a second national championship. That would bring way more weight to South Florida than if he leaves. So that's where Ohio State and him, they need to figure out, hey, listen, if you stay and we win this national championship, that will help you in your recruiting, and we send you off with flowers.
Yeah, that's a great take.
That's what's going on for me.
So, Lando, I got 2 questions for you. I want you to answer. Do you think he stays throughout the rest of the season? And Chris Henry, we got the news today, this morning. He committed. Bam, we got him. Then after this news broke, I saw something, and I don't know how true it was, that said he stated, "I didn't sign yet, and since there's coaching changes, I got a lot to think about." So it's like it's up in the air. So I don't know, did we snag him or not? So it's a 2-part question. Do you think he stays to see us through, and do you think we still got Chris Henry?
Okay, when it comes to Hardline, I think he would choose to stay, with all considered. But does he have to? No. I think he's already plugged in Florida. I think there's a lot of recruiting potential down in Florida for him to get his namesake down there. But as as far as respectable and honorably, of course, he stays. He finishes out. He goes, try to get the chip. Either way, that's going to be a good look. We come with another chip. He stays. It looks great already. But I think he's already plugged in with Florida. So I think that it'll just come down to, him, what the contractor agreements are. What do they say? Is it going to be different if he stays and finishes out the season? Don't know those particulars. So therefore, it's like, do I think he would? Would I predict that he would? I would predict that he would. Yeah. And what was the second question?
What do you think
Chris
Henry
Henry.
would do? What
You
do
know,
you
it's
think
like-
Henry would do? Do you think he would stay at Ohio State, or would he follow Hardline? Which either way, I'm okay with.
I don't know, man. Like, what type of opportunity you got? Let Hardline do his thing. You in good hands. It's like Ohio State is like Allstate. You're in good hands.
You're in good hands, man.
You're in good hands with Allstate. I don't see why it'd be like, oh, let me follow. I mean, getting a little bit more education and seeing what's going to happen. Sitting back and watching it and say, I don't know. But in the day, man, you're in good hands. Your opportunity is already kind of set up for you just got to take them. And it just depends on the person's mentality at that point.
I love that take, baby. I love that take.
Like, that's
exactly where I was going, baby. That not with all
I got. That's all I got to say.
Now, I want to acknowledge. Let me acknowledge some of the comments. Marquise James, he agrees with the both of you and all of us. He says the development at Ohio State is unmatched. That's true. And the opportunity that comes with coaching or playing here, it's endless. So he agrees with the both of you. And I don't think
he's right.
Yes. And so let me ask you, Nitty, Chris Henry, And did any of you see? Did any of you see? Like I said, we got the commitment. It was boom, boom, boom this morning, and then later on this afternoon, after this news broke, we saw something else that was on Twitter. I couldn't tell if it was AI or not. That he was still thinking. So did any of you see that? And Nitty, if so, do you think we keep Henry? I don't see him going anywhere else, you know, whether Hartline's there or not, even though he's the one that recruited him. But I mean, I just think
but what position does he play?
He plays receiver.
Yeah, see, because
He's staying.
Yeah, he's saying, yeah, he got. I mean, why
Let
wouldn't
me
you?
stop you guys. Let me stop you guys real quick. Because of the fact that he plays receiver, what college team coming back next year gonna have a quarterback that can deliver the pass to him other than saying? Just think about, okay, see, so most receivers look at who's going to throw them the pass, who's their quarterback. You don't really go after the coordinator or any. You got to look at who the quarterback is and do I have chemistry with that quarterback so they can get me the ball. So you gotta see where he's at in his team, because they're looking at the whole picture. Hartline can go down to South Florida, but if he doesn't have a quarterback to throw anybody the ball until next year or the year after that, why would I go there? So he already knows that there's a quarterback, a premier quarterback who might be the Heisman Trophy winner at Ohio State. Why wouldn't I take that opportunity to go to Ohio State and catch the ball from one of the premier quarterbacks in college football?
I agree.
Yeah, that goes with another point, though, Bill. Like, it's another point when you just said it goes back to earlier. Why would Hartline leave right now? Like, the announcements now. The kids are listening right now.
No,
the kids are listening. No, I'm saying, like, why would, like, far as before the end of the season, like the announcements right now. You feel me?
Right.
No, because this is what you don't understand has worked. It's not for the coaches. This is the NCAA. The NCAA should be demolished. Those are the ones who are making the bad decisions, to where all this should happen after the playoffs and after the national championship. None of this should happen in preseason or in season.
In the end of the season, but the thing is, the new recruits.
No, you gotta understand.
Coming in, though, they seeing it now.
Okay, say your point, Lindo.
No, like the new recruits. The recruits that's going to be coming out of high school next year. They get to dwell on this from this point on, like, oh, shoot. We got one, like the recruiting for him starts now. To finish out the season, yeah. But as far as the announcement is done. The announcement's done.
But it's not his fault.
Oh, no, it's not his fault. It's not his fault at all. But why not capitalize on it?
It's the NCAA problem. It's not the coaches receiving the new jobs or opportunities, and players. They should stop, wait until after the season. Then you can have signing day. You can have the transportal, and then coaches can decide when they go to a college. You see what I'm saying? Or do it vice versa. College goes after the national championship. College gets the coaches get to decide what teams they want to go. Then they go into the portal. Then they go into signing day. It's not Hartline or any other coach. Even Lane Kiffin had no choice but to leave at the time he had to leave because of the restrictions from the NCAA. If he could have waited, he would have waited. You think he wouldn't have waited just to see if he can win? No, the restrictions for recruiting and everything else, you have to get ahead of the game. That's it.
Okay, so with that being said, I guess we won't be surprised if we see that he leaves. I would be surprised. Again, like I said, his heart is with Ohio State, but if there's those rules that make him go, then we'll all understand. We're never going to be mad at Heartline. He's given us a lot.
No way. No way.
So,
no way.
Congratulations, Heartline, about that business, and your Buckeye fan base will be rooting for you as long as you don't play us, and you know that. So
he will always be about that business. Even if he plays
right.
us, he gonna be about that business. He's just gonna get beat down. That's it.
So here's our top 25. Okay, this was some shakeups. We had quite a bit of people upset about this. Well, really upset about 9 and 10. Alabama, Notre Dame. And I have some questions myself, but we'll get into that. But the main question is, who deserves a playoff spot more out of these teams right here? Who do you think deserves the playoff spots? Because if we go back, we got BYU 11, and the conference championships are a bit interesting too. We've got an unranked Duke, and they're unranked, and if they win the conference championship, it's a chance they could actually be in the playoffs. So this will be the first time we'll have an unranked team qualifying for the playoffs. So what say you, Lando? Who do you think? Because the main two teams that they're arguing about and that they're in an uproar about, well, it's three of them. It's Texas. Well, it's four of them. All of them. Texas, Notre Dame, and Miami. And they're really going back and forth with that Notre Dame and Alabama. Some people say that ranking should be switched. And Nitty, I'd like to hear your take because you are Notre Dame. What do you think Notre Dame is? Are they deserving more of that playoff spot, depending on what happens on Saturday? Because they don't even have a conference. So they don't even really have a game.
That's the very reason. That's the very reason why they up in the air, because Notre Dame got that old money, and they ain't in no conference. But I'm gonna tell you like this: when it comes down to it, Notre Dame has showed out this year, so they are deserving. And I call it like I see it. It ain't no I mean, Notre Dame my squad, but if that other team, that other team, I don't see them. I don't see the reason why they would be put in front of Notre Dame, because Notre Dame
Miami beat Notre Dame. Nitty. Miami beat Notre Dame. That's it. That's all. So stop. I know that you are a Notre Dame fan, and I get it. But what I can tell you is, at the end of the day, no, listen, sir, I'm gonna bring you down off your high horse. At the end of the day, first game of the season, though, Miami beat them. I don't care if it's by 1 point, they beat them. And so
that's true.
Miami and Notre Dame out. Virginia out. Texas out. BYU.
No, that's not Virginia. That's not Virginia. That's
all of them are out. There's no
Vanderbilt.
way any one of them.
Okay, Lando. Out of these,
hey Bill, you on mute?
Yeah. Out of these teams, who you think?
BYU. Easy.
Why?
Easy. Uh,
Why from Texas and Vanderbilt?
uh, Texas, yeah. Vanderbilt, and I don't know. I think they're just making a lot more noise, being a little bit more strategic. I didn't really like until last week. I really wasn't paying a lot of attention to Vanderbilt. I just think BYU. I think they just been a little bit more solid. I hear the argument with Notre Dame, Miami, but you got to be realistic, Nitty. You got to be realistic. I know you you stretched out there to try to and that's commendable and respectable. But realistically, when you look at who's been playing, when you look at the highlights, no one can get to watch every game, but most of the highlights you've seen coming up, BYU, they was making some noise. They were staying poised a little bit more, and they was more in the conversation throughout this year. I didn't hear about Vanderbilt until I came on about that business, and they may want to highlight y'all for even making them relevant to me. Texas, kind of, sort of. I didn't see enough of them to talk about them being in the race, but I think BYU, from what I've seen, when I'm sitting there going through and watching all the different highlights and whatnot, that's what I saw. That's what was in my face. That's the name I can repeat. The record is saying it, so that's why I'm gonna go with it, because they made the media to make me pay attention.
Now the argument is, before Buck, I want to get your take and who you think deserves this playoff spot in with these teams. The argument for Texas is they've gotten better. Arch has found his rhythm now, and they didn't they recently beat somebody? Who they beat? Oh, they beat Texas A&M, and that was an upset. Texas A&M at the time was number 3. So that's one of the biggest arguments. But I think haven't they lost 2 games or 3 games?
They listen.
I thought
lost
2.
to Ohio State, Georgia, and
2.
then they
Okay.
lost to Florida.
Okay,
I
Buck,
know that
I can hardly hear you.
and I'm cool with that. But they ain't about that business. Listen, you cannot lose to a 3-7 at the time, Florida, and think that you can just wiggle your way into the playoffs just because you got beat by Georgia, got beat by Ohio State by just 7 points, but you lost to Florida. You're out of it. They're not about that business. Vanderbilt, not about that business neither. They got 3 losses. BYU is the only team that can slither their way in. Notre Dame, nope. I love Miami because I would hate that Duke or Virginia would be in the playoffs over a Miami. Well, first of all, it's about that money. Because if you put a Duke in there, you ain't making no money. You put a Virginia in there, you ain't making no money. You put a Miami in there against any team.
Or Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be about the politics and the money where Miami get in there or Notre Dame. But those other teams, Texas, Vanderbilt, BYU, garbage. And the other. Let's think about the other.
Hey, that was happening.
The other guy. They don't do other people. First of all. Second of all, if you figure out somebody coming out of the ranks out of nowhere, who would it be? North Texas State? Tulane? What are we talking about? I mean, if you go back all the way down to 2025, Missouri is down there at 25. We cannot allow none of those pittance to get up into nowhere. They need to be in a bowl game, don't get me wrong. But they cannot make it into the playoffs. They should be in the Outback Bowl or the Liberty Bowl, or bowls are involved. There are bowls. They just can't be in the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, Peach Bowl. They can't do none of that.
Okay, all right. Okay, look, listen,
Gonna get a bowl of cereal.
listen. Welcome, Hayes. Hayes,
Hey,
welcome.
what's happening? What's up, y'all?
Let me get your take, because my thing is, like Buckeye Bill was saying, well, they can't be in, we can't allow. I mean, isn't this the reason why we did the 12-team expansion, why we expanded it? Or was there
Well,
some
we
other
did.
reason we did it?
No, we did that to keep some teams shutting up because I do believe that all teams don't deserve to be there, but those who have been yapping, I believe that's why they did it.
So, out of these teams, what's your take? Who do you think deserves a playoff spot more out of these teams on the screen?
I actually think Miami.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, see, but if you think about it, Miami has beaten Notre Dame twice, and they beat other teams. They beat, like, I think, we'll say 4 ranked teams, or played them or ranked, beat them. That's what I think. But Texas, where they lost twice, so you got to look at it. But then again, I look at Notre Dame, because if you can remember way back in the day when Lou Holtz was the coach, and Lou Holtz paid enough money for them to stay irrelevant.
Okay.
That's irrelevant to me, because what I will tell you is, because Notre Dame has an opportunity, and they do have a smidgen of an opportunity, if they squeak in there, don't think that the rest of the playoffs, it doesn't matter if they say for instance Notre Dame does in the first round play against a BYU or a Texas Tech or something like that. Do you
Right.
think they're not going to be afraid of Notre Dame? Yes, they will. If the teams that they would be afraid of would be Notre Dame, Miami, and Texas. They won't be afraid of Vanderbilt or BYU.
Well, let me ask you this.
All three of those
What
teams made it into the playoffs, they would be formidable foes for anybody to go against.
Well, let me ask you a question. What conference is Notre Dame in?
None.
They're not in one.
Huh?
They're not in the conference. They have their own conference. They're Notre Dame.
Well,
They're
see,
in
they
the
used to be. They used to be independence conference. They used to be independence.
It's their conference.
Notre Dame, their own team.
Yeah, they in their own world. So that's why I'm saying they have to have them in
Yeah,
there.
it used to be independence.
Notre Dame
I'm sorry, my
is.
phone got the ringing.
Oh, you gotta understand. Notre Dame is a worldwide brand.
Tell them, Bill.
Ohio State overshadows them, but Notre Dame is still a
Okay, so
brand. At least in Ireland.
so Texas is not a worldwide brand?
Nah, man, don't nobody care nothing about Texas except people in Texas.
I mean, but they still up there.
The people in Texas.
They've got some pretty strong arguments.
Man.
Out there. But let's
No, because let me tell you something.
About Texas.
Oh, you got something to say?
There's
Go ahead.
people
Go
in
ahead,
Texas.
Hayes.
Now Texas is a big state,
No.
so that's a lot of people.
Right. Oh, okay. But what I'm saying is they are relevant every weekend. They at least talk about them every weekend. Only reason why? Manning. That's the reason why. So they're relevant. How many times do you hear about Notre Dame players?
Your question was,
Huh?
is Texas worldwide, and they're not.
Yes, they are. They are very much worldwide. Yes.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Hold on.
No, they're not.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Notre
yeah.
Dame
You say no, they're not.
Buckeye Bill, let me take that. Let me take.
If you go 08 all across the world, somebody gonna
Okay.
say I
Yeah.
Well,
go
that is
to anywhere on the planet and hook 'em horns, and somebody gonna say what?
Man, they got commercials. They got commercials. You ain't
They
seen
got Matthew McConaughey. That's who they got.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got Matthew.
Yeah, that was garbage.
I got you on that.
Literally, I'm not even feeling you on that one.
All right,
That's
let's
okay.
moving along. We're only talking about, let's see, we got about 7 minutes left. So we're only talking about this game because we have to. And I would encourage the village.
I'm not even commenting on this game.
I'm gonna put a poll out after the show tonight. If you could just make your pick. If you're going for Duke, comment, say Duke. If you think Virginia got it, hit the love. Just show us some love and participate in the poll. However, like I said, we're just talking about it because we have to. We could care less. But we just want to show them some love. So I'm sorry. I mean, hey, but if you're a Duke fan or a Virginia fan, hey, call in, defend your team, make me care about it. So
Virginia didn't talk about too much this year.
Yeah, I don't know much about either one and what they've been doing this year. I haven't watched either team, so I'll start with Nitty. Who do you think? Who do you think? You hearting or you commenting?
I say, no. Could you repeat the question now?
Who you think got this game? Duke or Virginia?
Duke.
Okay, next, Lando. Who you got?
I can tell neither one of those teams.
Who do I got? I got a Cares. I got Cares. Who cares? That's who I got.
Hey, listen. You won't be saying that. None of you will be saying it if they get into that championship, if they get into that playoff. So this is one of the opportunities. This is one of the opportunities where we could see an unranked team possibly in the playoffs.
Okay, I'll go. Heads and tails, I'll flip. Duke won, so I'm gonna.
We'll say Duke. All right, Buckeye Bill. I know you don't care, but
okay. Let me say something.
Let's be fair to all the teams.
I'm gonna say this: Duke's garbage. Virginia's even worse, and Duke has a worse. Their winning percentage is worse than Virginia.
Okay, Buckeye Bill, let me ask you this question. Buckeye Bill, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you a question real quick. What conference do these two teams play for?
ACC.
So, So how did they wind up? How did we have somebody from the ACC ranked higher than them?
Garbage. Syracuse is garbage. Duke is garbage. And
how did they end up? Can anybody answer that? How did these two teams end up in their conference championship when there are teams in that conference ranked above them?
Seems like they got more money than other teams.
Miami has a better actual record than both of those teams.
So that's the question.
They gotta get notarized some kind of way. That's what they do.
Money talking to other stuff.
If Duke wins this conference championship, the whole conference will not make it into the playoffs. Do you know that?
Yeah,
they will not make it. So if Virginia don't beat Duke, the conference. So that's where the politics come in. If Virginia don't beat Duke, then the whole conference is out of the playoffs. Do you see that happening? No. They would have to put Miami into the playoffs. Man, I'm telling you, this is all about politics. This game right here is all about politics. It ain't about who win or lose. It's about politics. That's it.
All right, this game right here. We'll start with Hayes. Now I'll start with Lando on this because Lando said BYU was the one that needed to be considered out of all of the teams that are sitting on the bubble. BYU, Texas Tech. Who you going with? Not who you want to win. Who you think is going to
win? That's a good question. What I'm gonna ask you to do is come back to me. I'm gonna think about it.
Molly Wop, Molly Wop, Molly Wop, Molly Wop. I'm gonna give you
All right,
Lando.
Hayes.
Molly
Hayes.
Wop. Texas Tech
B-
is
B-
going Molly.
No, I got BYU. Look at their record.
You
Then
got
you know, yeah, I got BYU.
Okay. All right, Nitty, who you got?
I had to go with BYU.
BYU. Okay. Now
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Texas
stick with
Tech.
it too. I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
back.
call
up.
it upset. I'm gonna call it upset. I think Texas Tech is gonna knock BYU off.
Okay.
Buckeye Bill, who you
know
got?
Texas Tech is rated over BYU. Know that, right?
I did not know that, but I just
Okay,
think
well,
I've
yeah,
watched
okay,
Texas Tech
and
this
thank
year.
you very much.
I've watched
And
them this year.
first of all, BYU is edging their way in to the into the conversation into the playoff. Texas Tech is already in the playoffs if they win this game.
Yeah, they going
Come
for a
on,
bye,
guys.
right?
Well, pay
Yeah.
attention. Pay attention.
So
Don't
who's your
use
pick?
and to pay for this food right here.
So who you going with? Who you going with, Buckeye Bill?
I'm going with Texas Tech, man. Texas Tech is going to beat them 21-3.
Boy, you
BYU
tripping.
won't be able to score. Watch.
Boy, you tripping.
I don't know. BYU gonna get more.
Remember, I told you the beatdown is on, and life is real. That's all I got for you, bro.
I would pick them only as my underdog, only because I've heard they made their name heard to me. So I'm gonna just double down on what I said.
What's your score? BYU gonna beat them by what?
3.
3 what? 3-0?
First off, I gotta say something. So I mean,
Yep,
like
that's right.
it's gonna be by a field goal. It's gonna be probably
Yep, it's gonna be 17-14.
Yeah,
What's up,
something else.
Hayes? What's happening, baby?
17-14.
It's gonna be like by a field goal or something like that, man.
I think it's gonna be a good game. I don't think either team is gonna run away with it.
Molly Wop.
No.
Molly Wop. Molly Wop.
There's gonna be one underdog gonna do something. I'm gonna just have to go.
Gonna be a
stick with
Molly
the
Wop.
stuff. You feel me?
Okay.
Said Molly
Okay.
Wop.
Let's remember that. We'll come back. Okay. Well, with that being said, we're gonna call it a night. Tomorrow night. We're going live.
Wait.
Hold on. We're going live every night this week because
Okay.
it's championship week. So at 8 p.m. we're going live. Tomorrow we'll talk about the SEC, which is going to be interesting. SEC Conference Championship, and then on Friday we'll talk about the Big Ten. The big boy.
Yeah.
So bring your guns because there's a lot surrounding this SEC Conference Championship. There are a lot of questions there. I have some, and I know you guys can probably answer them for me. Buckeye Bill, go ahead.
Hey, listen up, guys. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, follow, subscribe. We got some great personalities that come in and chime with us. They have some great takes. I love you guys. We in like the Big Ten, and we out. Holla.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too now.
Thank you.
All right.
Synesthetic.
I'm trying to win my team a championship. I'm trying to win my team a championship. Let's go. Trying to win my team a championship. We all in the game, trying to get us some ranks and ball in the pay. Should I do what you can? Hey, Block is the name, BMG is the guy. Hey, yeah, but we working. Hey, yeah, but we working. They practice make perfect. Hey, practice make perfect. Trying to win my team a championship. Yeah, and we score every chance that we get. Take advantage of handles, it's all in the wrist. Got shooters on the squad, perfect aiming up switch. Got shooters on the squad, trying to win my team a championship. Everybody is playing their roles, they watch out post.